protesters threatening to hijack Christmas. Tonight, we're uncovering the true cost of those demonstrations in dollars and danger. Good evening, I'm Alan Martin.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook. Ken and Veronica are off tonight. New at 6 o'clock, KPIX5's Phil Mateer with how the protests are detracting from Oakland's ability to fight crime. Phil?
They're not just detracting, Elizabeth, they're also depleting the efforts that they've tried so hard to accomplish in the past year, and it doesn't look like things are going to get any better in this holiday season. Here's the story.
Our streets! Our streets!
It has been a challenge. It's certainly been a challenge.
In the past 30 days, there have been 18 big protests in Oakland, one every 2 days. And that means police officers have had all days canceled 12 different times.
We just haven't seen this many go on for so long in quite some time.
And incoming Mayor Libby Schaaf says it is taking a toll.
Not just on these officers, but on public safety in general in the city.
And indeed, homicides are back on the rise, and shootings in the city were up 44% since the protests began. In part, police believe, because cops who would be normally out on patrol are now being tied up with the demonstrations.
But what I can tell you for sure is that when we have officers pulled away from their normal assignments, it's difficult to get on top of those crime spikes. And for example, in the criminal investigation division, some of those officers are pulled out and they're not investigating cases.
East Oakland City Councilman Larry Reed sees the impact every day.
Well, there are less cops out in my district.
No days off and 12-hour shifts on riot duty also take the toll on the officers themselves.
They're tired, they want to have their day off. They want to not have to be out here dealing with the insanity.
And then there's the cost.
The estimates from the city is that we are spending $100,000 in overtime costs.
Now comes word of a demonstration plan for Thursday at 5 o'clock in the heart of downtown. And that could mean no Christmas for the cops. And in fact, that is exactly what the flyer is calling for. No time off for Christmas. So, the cops that worked Thanksgiving, a lot of them wound up getting cold bologna sandwiches and running through the streets here. We'll have to see what happens for Christmas, whether they get to go home or they get another piece of coal for a work shift. Liz?
Yeah, not the way they want to spend their holiday, that's for sure. All right, Phil, thank you. Well, Oakland police are still understaffed with only 695 officers for the entire city. They're authorized for 722.